Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into GoHighLevel's reporting suite. We're going to show you how to finally track your marketing ROI and, turn all that confusing data into smart, profitable decisions.
So does this sound familiar? You're just drowning in data, right? Clicks, impressions, leads, all these numbers coming at you, but you're starving for what it actually means. It can totally feel like you're flying blind. Well, today we're going to flip the switch and turn on the lights. Okay, so the secret to cutting through all that chaos is actually a really simple but super powerful framework. It's all about moving from observation, which is just, what does the data show, to insight. What does this actually mean for the business? And then the most important part, action. What are we going to do about it? This right here is how you make your data start earning its keep.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk strategy. Then we'll jump into the GHL dashboard itself. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of ad and journey reports, and we'll wrap it all up by building a custom report that actually proves your ROI.
All right, section 1, from data to decisions. And this is so crucial. Before you even think about clicking on a single report, you've got to ask the most important question of all. What's the actual business goal we're trying to achieve here? You absolutely have to start with the outcome in mind.
And that right there is the whole idea behind what we call an outcome-driven approach. It's what makes sure your reporting is never just a data dump. Every single chart, every number you share, it's all directly tied to a real business goal. And that's what transforms your reports from just a boring summary into a strategic playbook.
Okay, let's move on. Section 2, your GHL reporting dashboard. So that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually look in practice? Well, inside GoHighLevel, your command center for all of this is the reporting tab. This is where those numbers really start to come to life.
And once you click in there, wow, you've got a whole arsenal of reports right at your fingertips. We're talking Google ads, Facebook ads. You can map out the entire customer journey with the attribution report, and you can even track those really important bottom-of-the-funnel actions like calls and appointments. Seriously, everything you need, all in one place.
Section 3 is all about tracking ad performance. And let's be honest, for anyone running ads, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is it working? The great thing is, GHL lets you answer that without having to constantly jump back and forth between different ad managers.
Okay, look at this. This chart is a perfect example of that framework in action. The observation is super clear, right? Campaign B is getting a ton of leads for a low spend. Meanwhile, Campaign C is just burning through cash for almost nothing. So what's the insight? Well, Campaign B is obviously your star player. Maybe the ad copy is better, or the audience is just perfectly dialed in. And that leads to the action, which is just obvious. You shift that budget from C over to B and scale up what's working. That right there is a real data-driven decision.
All right, Section 4, understanding customer journeys. Because look, killer ad performance is awesome, but it's really just the beginning of the story. If you want to truly optimize, you have to understand the entire customer journey. I'm talking from that very first click all the way to the final conversion.
And that, my friends, is where the attribution report becomes your new best friend. It literally shows you which touch points get the credit for a conversion. And what makes GoHighLevel so incredibly powerful here is that it can show you both the first and the last attribution. That's a game changer.
So what's the difference, you ask? Well, think of it this way. First attribution answers the question, how did they first find us? This is your top-of-funnel hero. But last attribution, that answers what was the final thing that made them convert. That's your closer, and you absolutely need to know both, so you can give credit to the channels that start the conversation and the ones that actually seal the deal.
And this is how you start to connect all the dots. It goes way beyond just attribution. You can track your conversion trends over time, and you can even tie in those super important offline wins, like someone picking up the phone and calling, or booking an appointment, and count those as conversions. And just like that, you have a truly complete picture of the customer journey. Okay, last section, number 5, building your custom report. Let's bring this all home, shall we? Because this is where the real magic happens, when you customize these reports to tell a crystal clear story of growth and, of course, return on investment.
And the best part is, customizing your view is so simple. Seriously, in pretty much any report, you just pick your date range, and then you click the option to compare it to the previous period. That's it. In just a couple of clicks, you can analyze your progress week over week, month over month, whatever you need.
And this is the payoff. This is how you walk into a client meeting or a team meeting and just
prove your value. You're not just saying, hey, things are improving. No, you're showing them tangible growth in leads, a higher conversion rate, more booked appointments. The numbers do all the talking for you.
Ultimately, when you really get the hang of these reporting tools, you unlock the true potential of the whole platform. It's kind of like what this user on Reddit figured out. GoHighLevel stops being just a CRM, and it turns into a genuine data-driven growth engine, whether that's for your own business or for your clients.
So, by using GHL's reporting, you can finally stop guessing. Your data is literally telling you a story. It's telling you what your customers want and exactly how your business can grow. So the only real question left is, are you ready to listen?